Buddies, brought to you by Animal House, your local hometown pet store in business for 40 years. 2934 Cypress Street, West Monroe.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Louisiana Purchase Gardens and Zoo. Miss Lisa Taylor, as always, thank you for being here.
Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, everybody out there. And Jessica, we're trying to keep our balance right now. We are on the boat.
On the boat ride, which y'all can be on the boat ride too if you buy a ticket at the front gate, and it's a wonderful ride through the zoo, maybe 20 minutes, and you're one of the only zoos with a boat ride through exhibits.
Yes, it's one of our coolest things to happen in the zoo. If you have a chance to take the boat ride, please do it. And especially during the summer where you can cool down with the breeze blowing on you.
Right, the breeze is pretty much necessary.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about these guys. They are cooling off in the way that's necessary, getting into the water. They were swimming out here.
Yes, so on the boat ride, you will see these beautiful animals. They're called Pere deer. Okay, now these guys are actually native to China, believe it or not, Jessica. And they're highly populated in a lot of zoos because thanks to zoos and thanks to a great man back in the day in the 1800s named Mr. Pere David, they brought these guys back from the brink of extinction in China. Yeah. Because they basically were hunted to extinction in China. Right. But okay, so what's really cool about them? Number one is they like to live in the marsh and in the swampy areas. So if you're on the boat ride, you might see these guys in the water, and Jessica got some great footage of them in the water earlier. So they like to eat the water plants and, not to mention, cool down in the water. They're about the size of American elk here in North America. The males grow these amazing antlers, super big, and they grow them from January all the way until May, and then they actually shed their velvet at that time, and then you see what you've seen on our bull that's out here right now. Okay. These big giant antlers, which basically tells all the girls, hey, you want to breed with me so we can make some babies out here. And we have about 3 babies right now that are with the herd.
Awesome. Yeah. Wonderful. So,
yeah.
I mean, repopulating, a species that was close to extinction.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you have to have the special organizations that want to help preserve species. So they're an ambassador animal to their species. Now, the populations have been brought back. They're still, endangered, but they have placed them back in China in 2 of their national parks where they are multiplying, and people can see them again in China.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And when you're talking about diet for them, you said marshland type of vegetation. On land, pretty much the same, just grasses, things like that? Yeah,
in the grassy lands. These guys are herbivores, just like our deer here in North America. So they want to eat the grasses, they want to eat pieces of brush off of certain bushes. We feed them an excellent diet out here of a little bit of grain and lots of hay. But like I said, these guys would rather be in the water and eating any water plants that are out here.
I don't blame them. I think I'd rather be in the water with the sea too. Shoot.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Well, and we want to talk too about the horns. So are they like other animals with really vascular horns that can kind of help them cool off?
Yeah, Jessica, you got it right. So when they're in velvet, actually when they're in velvet is that's when it's all vascular inside of their antlers, and because they're growing. Okay, so they have antlers instead of horns like the Watusi. The Watusi have horns, and they're very vascular to cool them down. These guys, not so much in that sense. It's more on the outer part of the horn. So when they come out of velvet, all that velvet comes off, and it's pretty bloody. It looks like everybody's been in a fight, or you might think they're injured or something like that, but it's natural. The velvet peels off. They are brushing up against trees just like the white-tailed deer and the elk here in North America, and then they have those bony processes on their head we call antlers, and they're very pointy like knives, and they use them for fighting and all that good stuff. Now, another cool feature of these guys is their feet or their hoofs spread out almost like web toes, and they need that for walking on the mud and walking in the mud in the water to keep them from sinking down to their knees and getting bogged down. Their ankles actually make a clicking noise like a reindeer. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard a reindeer walking. They click. These guys do the same thing, so you can hear them. They can't sneak up on you. You hear this clicking happening. Awesome. And then sometimes the males have like a mane, but it's more underneath here on the chest part and underneath their neck.
And how long do the kids live with the family? How big do these herds get?
So typically the females will stay with the family group, and the males will go off and form bachelor groups, and sometimes come back, but sometimes go find other harems or groups of females.
Make their own group of family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we have one in particular bull out here, and maybe we'll catch a glimpse of him on the way out. His name's Michael Phelps. And we named him that because he is the swimmingest deer I have ever seen in my life.
And he's fast, so maybe you'll see him on the boat ride.
Yes, that's it. He's an Olympic swimmer, the best, gold star.
Thank you so much for telling us about these guys. I love it. We're going to have all the details about Pere David on KNOE.com after the show.